In this video, you're going to understand and learn why I didn't fail as a beginner trader, right? Most people have been sold the idea that when you start trading, you're supposed to fail for a certain period in time before you start seeing success, right? But that is not actually the reality. Not everybody who starts trading actually fail for, let's say, a year or 2 years before they start seeing success, right? Some of us just springboard with success and then perhaps even along the line saw our failures before, re-emphasizing our mistakes and then coming back even stronger. Now, I've shared this in some of my previous YouTube videos on how I got actually started on trading. So you guys may already know that I am an accounting student, right? So in University of Ghana, in my first year in uni, I stumbled on trading when I was looking online for how I could make, easy money to supplement my income in school. And then along the line, as I was reading accounting, I also delved deeply into the financial market, looking into the stock market, and then realizing that even in the world of trading, we can have the commodities market, currency market, and then stock market. And then with this, I kind of realized that it was easy for you to penetrate in the currency market than any one of them, because it was literally, from my research, less than 5 minutes to take you to create a trading account, right? And that's the fact. Once you have the required documents, which is like your proof of residence and then your identification card or whatever it is, right, you can actually have a trading account within 5 minutes. So I did those research, created an account, and then quickly funded, right, without even playing or delving into demo, right? It's something that most people also get confused about. They think that when you start trading, you're supposed to start demo before you even come to real account. Some of us also just quickly got hooked on real accounts right from the scratch, right? And I'll explain exactly why it happened with me in this way, right? So the easy broker that I had to deposit was Exness, and then during those times they had so many easy deposit and withdrawal means that was so flexible for my jurisdiction, which is Ghana, where I live, right? So with respect to like mobile money deposit, with respect to like Skrill, instant deposit and instant withdrawal, right? I was in fact actually hooked on that instant deposit and then instant withdrawal bit, right? I never really wanted to wait for a day, 2 days to get my money, and then that would have felt like somewhat a scam thing to me, knowing that this is something that I'm just starting out, and then they're saying I should deposit money, I should buy, sell, and then eventually it's going to take 2 days, 3 or 5 business days. You're going to be panicking if it's your first thing, but knowing that it's an instant thing, if you don't get that instant result, then you know that you're in the wrong business. So that's why I got hooked to Exness for a long time, and until this date. So even if you want to create that Exness brokerage account, I have a link in the description. You can quickly click on that link and then create an Exness account, right? Now, why I also didn't get hooked onto the demo account is for the fact that when I read, it was me looking to make easy money to supplement my income. So thinking about starting to practice with the demo and stuff like that, I feel like genuinely people that go through that ladder or that process are people that get mentored, somebody teaching them that, look, this is trading, you can make money, look at this broker, look at this, after that this strategy, and then now practice on the demo before you come. But I was just looking for means to supplement my income, and then here is the case where I just stumbled upon forex, and then this was the means. And then what I read and then from my research to understand was that you should always just speculate on the market. If you feel like this is going to go up, you buy and then you make your money. If you feel like this is going to come down, you sell and then you make your money. And then it sounded so easy for me, and then it was so representatively so easy. So I was just like, I just have to buy when this thing is just going up, or sell and then just make money. What an easy way to live or supplement my income. Then I'm so hooked on it. Created an account, funded at $300. And to tell you what, I had also done a little bit of research in terms of strategy, and then how I'm going to think of when to buy and then when to sell. And then I stumbled on RSI, and then with that RSI markings, which is that 70 for the overbought region and 30 for the oversold region, I was totally hooked on that, right? I was totally hooked on that RSI overbought oversold region. I'm like, this is the thing for me. And then I was also delving in the lower time frame, which is the 1 minute and the 5 minute, right? The moment this thing hits that overbought region, I sell, and then the moment I hit the oversold region, I buy. And I think that even though I didn't have like that proper knowledge like I have today, I wasn't even using stop loss, right? But I was always managing my risks based on logic, in the fact that I saw that, okay, the market was rallying on the 5 minute, it hit the overbought region, and then I'm supposed to like sell, and then I sell, and this thing keep rallying somewhat above that overbought space, and I quickly cut my loss, and then the same thing for when it tried, trading and then going down to that oversold region, and I'm buying, and then I'm expecting that within this set of region being established as oversold, the market is supposed to go up, and then still it keeps going down a bit. I quickly cut my loss. And then for some reason also, I was using proper risk management, right? Rather than most people who just don't know even what lot size is, they fund a $200 account and start putting 1 lot, 5 lot, 10 lots. I was using that 0.01, 0.05. My maximum I think was 0.1. And then, I was literally scalping this market. Most people also get clouded about the idea that they fund a trading account, they start trading 1 lot, they're holding the trade, they think that it should go to heavens before they withdraw their profit. But I knew that I was literally hooked on the 1 minute lower time frame, so scalping was just the best fit for it, So I make $1, $5, $10, $20, $1, just gathering all those small amount of money. It sums up to a huge money, let's say $70, $80, $100. I quickly withdraw because I wanted to feel that reality of this newfound love, which was trading, right? And then when I withdraw it, actually spend it on myself, use to supplement my income, which was just the objective. And I did this for a long time before I even had my first failure. And then my failure was actually thinking that, yeah, with this thing which is consistently going on, let me fund 1,000 account and then start putting in huge lots and then probably become a millionaire overnight. And then it didn't happen that way. I actually lost the whole money, right? That was where I started realizing that there are deeper things to learn, and then not just think that I can survive my whole life just buying and selling RSI, and then I'm the champion in the world now with trading. Yeah, so that's just like a little thing by the way as well. But one thing that I really want to associate to my success in my earlier years is value, understanding returns, understanding money. Perhaps you can associate that also with my knowledge or from my background as an accountant, or being well endowed in finance and understanding returns. I think that most people also don't understand returns, right? They start trading $300 account, they make $100, they want to take that $300 to, let's say, 10,000 before they realize that they are trading. It didn't make sense because while in school we were learning returns, calculating returns, interest rate, treasury bills, everything, and I was understanding the fact that with this treasury bill for a year you could have a return of which was around that time revolving around 12.5%. So I'm thinking that if I put my money in the bank, let's say this $300 in the bank for 1 year, I'm gonna get 12.5%. It means that literally in every month I'm literally getting a little over 1.1%. So if trading can give me that alternative means of making a return, and then I have been able to make $100 and $300, that's a little over 33.3% in a single day. I understood that this was insane. So why keep the money and then want to overly make that huge amount of money before I can become successful? No, I actually withdrew that money based on my principle and understanding of the core nature of how investment works. So I'll withdraw the money, keep it on the side, go back in, repeat the process, withdraw the money, keep it on the side, and then literally just withdrawing that 20%, 30%, 20%, 30% from time to time for a long time. And then that's one thing that I feel like was really that edge that gave me that success for my initial years in the market, right? So one time I was just having a conversation with a friend who was telling me how she mentored a girl who took £500 to £11,000, and then this girl was just going on and on with trading, and I knew that look, it wasn't going to be so long before she hit a wreck. So I did that good service of letting my friend connect me with a girl and speaking to her, and then educating her on investment and then returns, which is very key if you really want to succeed in the world of trading. If you really want to make big money, literally fund a huge account and then trade with the same proper risk management and expecting that proportional return. Why do you want to take a $500 and then you want to make it $10,000, $100,000? It is not that it is not possible. It happens far often than not in this market. But when you start thinking from that finance perspective of doing things right and expecting a proportional return, I think that you're not really going to be caught up in that web of greed and wanting to make quick money and then literally losing your account, right? So I believe that with this little experience, you understand KOJOFOREX journey, and then you understand that It is not necessarily that once you begin trading, you're supposed to be a failure for a certain amount of years before you start becoming successful. Some people, most of us, actually get started off the hook with success before even hitting our wreck, and then relearning our mistakes and then coming back even stronger. So if you enjoy this content, you know what to do. Click on the subscribe button if you haven't done that. Make sure to also click on the like button. It really does what to help me. Also, click in the link in the description to join the Telegram community if you haven't done that. Follow me on all social media at KOJOFOREX, especially Instagram. Except for Facebook, I'm less active there, and I kind of realized that a lot of people, right, or a lot of scam activity has been going on Facebook, which I really am not happy about. So if you really want to deal with me, you should directly come on to Instagram, message me, or on Telegram, which is KOJOFOREX, right? Without wasting my time, don't forget to smash the like button or subscribe if you haven't done that, and I'll see you guys in the next YouTube video. Peace out.